Hey, Welsh Metals here. Quick teardown today of an old portable CD player. As you can see, this is quite gummy, messy, seen some age and has some fairly nasty corroded battery parts, you can see there. So this is definitely good salvage. We'll open that up and extract what precious metals there will be within. Probably be some gold, silver and copper recovery materials. Maybe some palladium. Wearing gloves due to the acid spillage. Shouldn't take long to break into this thing. It's not a large object, it's not like a laptop or anything like I usually tear apart, but it is good salvage. Since it will have a laser diode within it, which most definitely will contain gold. So, good for gold micro salvage. I'll do a further examination of the laser modules at a later time, as they are worthy of a teardown themselves. There we go. Ah, well, the entire thing has just come straight open. That's handy. So we got these corroded batteries here. Move them aside, don't want them. Cut them connectors. There's the stepper motor drive for the thing, for the spinning CD. There we go. The entire board will come free. Just snip that off. There we go. Don't need that part. I'm going to put the battery back in there. That's no good. That's basically toxic waste, that part. Now. Tear that off, ribbon cable. Well, what we have here on the PCB. Printed circuit board, that's what that stands for, PCB. So, there we have a connector, silver plated or zinc. Ooh, we have some palladium, yay! See them brown tiny MLCCs? That's palladium. That thing in the middle there is a inducer. There's a little coil of copper around that. Got some capacitors. They're good for silver and aluminium recovery, as it is quite pure aluminium. That green thing there is a inducer. Looks like a resistor, but it's not. We have some germanium bearing Zener diodes. That's these things. I'll point them out for you. That would be these. What else we got? Ooh, a whole bank of palladium here. Lots of palladium, in fact. More than I expected. A timing crystal that may contain silver. That's that brown thing there. It's an oscillator, crystal oscillator, for supplying the timing for this microchip, which will be a small microcontroller, no doubt, for controlling the menu and such, and the LCD screen, which I'll also pull out in a second. This will likely contain some silver and gold, microscopic amounts within the chip itself, as well as on all these legs. Anything else on here? Doesn't look like. More capacitors. Lots more capacitors. And a couple of audio connectors. Maybe extremely thinly plated with gold. So not bad on the main PCB board. There's some blocking diodes and transistors there too. Very small, only a few. About on the other side. Now some silver solder. This is high grade electronics, so This is a portable CD player, so there is some material in there, probably tin, antimony and very small amounts of silver mixed in. Well, not bad, that bird. Slightly more than expected. Here we have motors, good for copper recovery, and the laser diode drive itself. That's the laser diode here. So I'll pop the plastic off, have a little examination of that quickly. And I'll need to undo a screw. Very small, these screws, you can see. No, not enough. Try my normal screwdriver. Wow, they're very small. Yeah, there we go. It's one small screw. Just breaking the plastic. Guess it doesn't matter, because the entire thing will be removed anyway. There we go. See this ribbon? This is gold within there. There's small amounts. See if I can focus on that better. There we go. See all them tiny lines, these striations across here. Microscopic amounts of gold material. You also have some neodymium magnets here, as you can see, sticking to the steel of the screwdriver. There's also a laser diode in here. Where would that be? Ah, there it is. There's the laser diode contained within a little heatsink. Tell by the 3 dots on the back. These can be reused for all sorts of DIY projects, burning lasers and such. You have the lens, and there will be a small prism. Very small amounts of copper, you can see there, and some silver solder. These come in many different types, from low quality to high quality, and can be quite complex depending on the quality of the CD you'll be reading. For example, DVDs have better lasers and they have more gold within them. Some steel recovery, not much though. Well, adds up. Just pop the top off the motor so I can get to the screws underneath. These toy motors are quite handy, but this isn't a stepper motor. You can tell by the amount of connectors it has here on the ribbon cable. It would only be a couple if it was a standard DC. Oh, this one has a couple. It's several connected to the same connector. Look at this. There we go. So, rip that off. There we go. One of them was connected to nothing. It is a DC motor indeed. Looks like the two were working together for the motion of the stepper motor, along with some gearing. There's the gears. There's also a gear on there that I didn't notice until just then. See that? These plastic gears are good for toy motor boxes, gearboxes and such, and can be sold online for remote control enthusiasts. So it's worth collecting the gears and cogs if you can, because they actually do hold some value to the right people, that being remote control enthusiasts. Couple of motors, not too bad so far. A little bit of wire along with a connector, that's probably silver or zinc plated. Got a ribbon cable here, got some copper. Just break that straight off. Ooh. bit of plastic. That way I can get to the LCD screen quickly. Little screwdriver. There we go. Magnet to hold all the screws with. Some iron on these screws with collecting all the screws you take from teardowns. Steel has some worth per kilogram. Not much, but some. And that's that. What we have here. Last component, the LCD screen itself. There is some resistors there. Try and focus. There we go. Yep, we got some resistors and some tactile buttons. These have silver plated underneath them and on them. Oops. They're highly likely silver plated in order to give them more longevity from pressing. A small LCD. Nothing much in there. But there is a little bit on that circuit board from the ways of silver. And the resistors likely contain microscopic amounts of trace materials, rare ones, such as rhodium. So we got a few components there. Not bad. Some gold, silver, and palladium recovery material. And we also have some small amounts of copper in the form of those motors. We also have steel cases which make good heat sinks for lasers. You can actually make entire laser modules out of these things. I'll have to check that out on other channels though. Haven't got time to make one. But I may sell some laser diodes and modules in the future, so people can do some of them projects themselves. Well, until next time.